court. And ultimately, he was found in contempt to the point that he'd earned $500 in fines, and he was told to get that paid within a set time that he did not. He was told to appear later that day at 2:30 in person, which he did not. And then he saw Judge Rickey, Chief Judge David Rickey, on September 11th, and Judge Rickey found that he still had not paid the $500, and he gave him 1 week to get it paid. And in fact, he gave him an OR bond, which would have made it easier for him to pay the contempt within 1 week. He didn't pay it. He saw Judge Lee September 20th. Judge Lee said, well, he'll leave the contempt up to me when he sees me again. But he still hasn't paid it. Once again, he has totally disregarded court orders. So let's first deal with the consequences of his not paying, as multiple courts have ordered him to do. Then I want to address his direct contempt of not appearing when he was told to do later that day of August 14th. Now, whether we address Judge Rickey's orders that he violated, that we may postpone and let Judge Rickey decide if he wants to pursue that or if we want to go after him at a later date. But right now, I want to focus on his contempt of court, where he has not paid the $500. That's another act of contempt, and is not appearing as he told me he wasn't going to do and didn't, even though I ordered it. So let's start with why he hasn't paid, followed by why he didn't follow my order to appear. Counsel?
Well, first, Your Honor, I do know that he would like to apologize to you if you'd allow him to do that, and he doesn't have an explanation that's going to justify his conduct, nor is he going to try to. But I know he wants to apologize. I mean, the money's one thing. He doesn't have a lot of money, but his conduct is something he can't control no matter what. And if you allow him the opportunity to address you, I think we'd like to start there, if that's okay with Your Honor.
Well, normally I appreciate a kind apology, but frankly, I'm not sure it's going to be sincere, and I don't want it unless it's sincere, Mr. Zolator. I sense if he makes an apology, it's going to be because his attorney told him that he needs to do that.
Well, Your Honor, I would throw it at your feet, let him apologize, and whether you find it sincere or not, I mean, I can't make that judgment for you. I think you know that, but I'm not trying to speak for you. I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do other than let him. I mean, I will stand away and let him make his remarks.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Phillips.
I would just like to say I am very sorry for my actions that day. Again, me apologizing doesn't give my actions justification in any means or in any grounds. I disrespected you, your court, your officer here, the DA, and I've been under a lot of stress, working out of town, very many hours with very little pay. And there's no excuse for it. I just more bad things happening compiling, and it all came out in the very wrong place, wrong time with the wrong person. And I am very sincere in my apologies. Not when all this happened, I wanted to apologize, and even if you go ahead and read the other cases, when the other judge sentenced me when I was in Butler County, I was even apologizing then. I think I had the same district attorney there where I was trying to apologize, at least to you, if not to you, to someone that can actually hear the apology without someone sitting next to me trying to say, maybe he had, someone tell him to do it or whatever. I am very sorry. I mean, my actions are out of line and there is no excuse for it. I'm truly sorry for disrespecting you personally and the court as well.
Well, I think the whole day of August 14th started off bad because I have a note that before court even, you had called one of the clerks and informed her you weren't coming to court because you were working in Independence, Kansas. And she explained to you that you could appear by Zoom and gave you the codes. And we weren't sure based on your conversation that you were going to appear, but you did appear by Zoom, and then the rest of it went from there. So why did you not, well, strike that, I don't. You still have not paid the $500, and no matter how sorry you are, your conduct was outrageous, and it's not going to be just excused. You've had since August 14th to pay that. You gave me the impression that you were a powerful employee of a well-to-do company and you were making good money, that you emphasized you were the supervisor. And you showed me by walking around that you did have a crew there. Now you're saying you're underpaid. Are you going to offer the underpayment as justification for not following my order or Chief Judge Ricky's to get that paid?
She's asking you why you haven't paid.
No, Your Honor. When we were in court that day, you said I had to pay it or do 3 days in jail. And that's the whole reason. I mean, if you go back in the Zoom videos,
Was that your understanding?
That was my understanding. That was my sincere understanding. So when I went back in front of that judge, I was asking the same questions, like, do I still have to pay this, or what's going on? Because it was 3 days, I did 6. I just don't understand. And he said, we're gonna let you decide that, because I'm still willing to pay it, but my understanding.
Excuse me, sir, that is what the third judge said. Chief Judge Ricky told you September 11th you would pay it within 1 week. He didn't give you any jail time, and I don't think I did either, because I told you to be here that day at 2:30, and you didn't show up or pay. So I don't buy that you misunderstood, and that somewhere are you saying you think you paid it because you got arrested and had to serve a little time before the judge saw you?
Well, yeah, I thought it was like.
So you not only misunderstood me, you misunderstood Chief Judge Ricky when he said you pay that $500 within the week.
Just
Is that a yes? Is that a no?
Well, I didn't know if I was waiting to see if I could. Well, yes, because it was the 5, and then he said something about $1,000, and I wasn't asking then. I'm confused.
And Your Honor, I certainly can help him understand the situation. I can tell the court that he's done 6 days, which wasn't part of the order. It was money, and he's done 6 days, which I think is, a bigger sanction than $500. He's certainly telling me, and I know he's got someone here with him, that they can get that paid, and they will pay it. It was, you can judge this as sincerity, judge it. It doesn't sound like you're buying it. That's fine. I understand that. But this all resulted from his behavior that day. And I hope at least I did find that sincere, but maybe you don't, of the way his conduct, and he can't excuse that. The money, it sounds like he was confused whether you buy that or not. I don't know. But he did do 6 days on a driving while suspended case. It normally carries a 2-day minimum. And that's, well, yeah, but actual serve time normal anyways.
All right, we won't get into that. Okay. Well, I think it's clear that I ordered him to pay $500, and it is well past the date he was to pay it. I think it's clear Judge Ricky told him to pay it. It's not what he thinks, it's what the judge says. So is he going to pay that today, counsel?
He does not have $500 today. It doesn't sound like.
I could pay something.
Can you pay anything?
I could pay something.
Well, you're able to pay a pretty prestigious attorney there, Count, and you're able to talk the judge into giving you $1,000 OR bond so that you can pay it, and you still haven't paid it. I question your sincerity if you intend to pay it. I thought somebody was implying you had someone there to help you pay it.
No, I was talking. If you can give me a second, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, I'm being told they can make a $200 payment today.
And the other 30?
And then they can pay that within, if you give them 30 days, they'd have the other 300 paid off.
The time he spent in jail was for failing to appear at a designated court date. It doesn't address necessarily any subsequent contempt. I will allow him to pay the $200 today with the remaining $3 to be paid in full by what date did we give him? February? I'm not going to give him that long. Within 30 days, he must have the $300 paid in full. That means it must be paid by December 13th, 2024, or I will find him in further contempt. And then I want to address his failure to follow my instructions to appear at the courthouse later that day. I will hold off on that issue until I see how he behaves from this day forward on this case and whether he pays as ordered. And this is the last one. He's going to be doing more contempt jail time if he doesn't get that paid as ordered in 30 days.
Understood.
Okay? So apparently he will stay out on his $1,000 OR bond that he convinced Judge Ricky to issue if he had that paid within a week. And he didn't. Anything else, counsel, that we need to address?
Not for purposes of today's hearing, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Phillips, are you still employed by that same company?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, why don't you tell me that since you wouldn't before?
Yes, ma'am. The same people that are doing your guys' water system here.
Okay. And where are you living now? Oh, stop. You're on YouTube. Is it the same address you put on that OR bond? That Judge Ricky had you sign?
I think I have a copy, Your Honor. Give me a second.
Yeah, it is. It's the same one.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't want to,
Now, Trooper Lieber, I did not ask you, and you've sat here all this time since 1:30 or before. Are you available for jury trial if it goes in February? Because if I need to set it for jury trial, it will be February 4th and 5th. We haven't gotten there, but if I need to, are you available?
Yes, ma'am. We'll make it work.
All right. Well, thank you for your patience and dedication to this case, for being here. I'm going to let you go at this time unless Mr. Regier needs you for anything else.
Not to my knowledge, Judge. I believe this is the last case on this afternoon's docket.
All right. And do you have anything else on this matter, Mr. Regier?
Not to my knowledge, Judge. I believe the court has already addressed the prior goings on in this case far better than I can.
All right. Mr. Zolator, anything further?
Your Honor, I was just conferring with the deputy. You just said 4th and 5th the jury trial. We had written down the 5th and 6th. We just want to make sure.
It is the 5th and 6th, Trooper Lieber. It is the 5th and 6th. Now, one more question I have. I show that there was to be a cash-only bond of $500, but that he paid the $1,000 OR. So, Jen, can you look at that screen and tell me anything about why that's inconsistent? Is it because the judge changed it, maybe?
Your Honor.
Yes.
You're referring to his OR bond?
Right. So
Judge Ricky set his OR bond, so he didn't have to put up any money. He just had to sign the paper to leave.
okay, he didn't have to put up any money, but he was ordered to pay the $500.
Yes.
Right.
Now, if he fails to appear in the future, the county attorney can go after the $1,000.
Okay. All